everyone, welcome to the Captain's Videoweblog. We are Friday, December the 9th, 2016. Oh, it's actually been about a year since I learned that you have to say ninth and not ninth. My whole life was just a lie. Yeah, I didn't go to sleep right after recording the video vlog yesterday. Well, this afternoon. I spent an hour trying to find documents about Python because I'm really not good at writing that kind of code, and I actually found JavaScript much easier to learn, and it's kind of, ironic. I don't know, ironic? But yeah, it's not you would think that when you go forward in your studies, things get more difficult, and yet I found JavaScript much easier to learn than Python. Then again, Python, I wasn't there for a good bit of the classes, so yeah, and it was really the first language that I really learned besides SQL. So, but SQL is just really managing databases, and you know the words in English, and so you just put a semicolon at the end of the line, and it's just basically that. Nothing more, nothing less. So after that, I remembered that I had left I didn't transfer my JavaScript documents, all the lines of code, onto my hard drive at the end of the first semester last year. So I went, used the virtual image thing client that's been pretty much handed out by the university, and guess what? They don't support folder sharing anymore. I got really pissed. Like for good 2 hours, yeah, from almost 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. I was like, how am I transferring all of that shit? I installed a new version. Sorry for that bug. Fucking shit. Just all these small bugs flying. I don't understand where they come from. Maybe someone didn't close the rice containers as well as they have as they should have. But I don't know. So yeah, and at one point I was so frustrated that I actually looked at the time and thought about what I said in the video weblog, saying that so I'm gonna sleep for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll be set for the football match. And I made a little bit of math and realized that I should actually be waking up right now. And so I decided, I'm gonna take my breakfast, get dressed, and go to sleep. When I said get dressed, it's not really putting on my pajamas. It's really getting dressed as if I was going outside, which I didn't do. Woke up a bit before 8:30 in the evening to read a tweet saying that the match between Dijon and Marseille had been called off, and later in the evening, the president of the club, he's just a great man, amazing. I don't know why I did that, but he's just a great man. He said that he would pay for the hotel of the 160 supporters that made that came from Marseille. And you might think that it's not a lot for a team that boasts, the fact that they have the best supporters in the country. Then again, it's 160 supporters to go to Dijon, so that's from Marseille 500 kilometers on a Friday night, 2 weeks before Christmas. So it's pretty good. Really good gesture. Like the new execs, the new higher ups, they really haven't done or said anything really bad about about what they do in their relationship with the supporters and the club. The only thing that you think that might have been seen as a sort of faux pas was supporting, getting behind Gomis when he said that he was more of a Saint-Etienne supporter, and then the Marseille supporters, they were like, yeah, go back to Saint-Etienne. Then again, it's kind of the job of the president to be behind the players of the team more than the supporters. I mean, at least in that kind of situations. So yeah, but that is not really a faux pas. Yeah, and while I was awake at 8:30 p.m., I stayed in my bed until midnight, on my back, thinking I'm a fucking slug. And yeah, it didn't. It's just like right now I'm looking at the clock. It's 3:20 in the morning. Have to wake up. Very the latest I can wake up at is really 7:30 in the morning. Like it's really the least amount of time before leaving at 8 p.m. in which I can take my breakfast and get dressed without really being in too much of a rush. But I rather like to be up by 6:30 to have some time to myself, all that, knowing that there's a 2 hour and a half trip to the family gathering, so I can finish my night there. You could argue that I'm already going to finish my night since I spent so much time in my bed already. So yeah, at midnight I was like, well, I mean, I should at least take a shower and eat and record that shit. It doesn't take that much effort, but at least take the shower, because I'm not gonna sleep in my normal clothes. That's pretty disgusting. So I watched Flip Flappers, which is one of the highlights of the season. Really, when it started, I was like, looks like Moe shit with some magical girl things, and there are some of those elements, but each episode takes on a different genre. Like episode 8, which was the most recent episode that I watched, had this mecha vibe in a really Tron-like world, which is always nice, and there are various psychological elements. There is, kind of a small war that might be going on between two factions that want the fragments, or whatever they are actually called, the things that come from pure illusion, and you don't know what it's all about, and that's kind of the cool mysteries. I say one of the highlights because there's still the Kyoani show and the Shaft show that blow everything out of the water with the good execution, like the character development in Sangatsu no Lion or the second season of Hibike Euphonium is great. The visuals, amazing, stunning stuff, and yeah, the music is on point. Really the visuals, they are very stereotypical of their studios, but then again, you don't expect less, or you don't expect more. It's really, and it still manages to blow you away, and that's really the mark of good studios. Like, sure, Kyoani has done Musagen, The Phantom World, and Shaft have done Mekaku City Actors, and it just wasn't good. And I mean, Kyoani have also done the second season of Chunibyo, but still, even then, the visuals, I mean, except for episode 7 of Mekaku City Actors with the disgusting MMD animation for Ayano's Theory of Happiness, but besides that, most of the things were on point. It's really just the plot that was fairly trash. And in Mekaku City Actors, it also had the added bonus of always having to have one insert song in an episode, so sacrificing like a minute and or a minute and a half of plot progression to a song. As good as the covers were, I mean, the covers were pretty godly, but still it was so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else I could talk about, like maybe the fact that I despised names, those rolls of rice paper when inside there is some flavory mushroomy shit, and there's the beef, and then there's the vermicelli, and I'm like, that's literally, the vermicelli are the one thing that make me hate nans, because as much as I don't really enjoy mushrooms, they add taste. I really love beef, and rice, it's okay, and so I really have to dip the thing for a long while into the fish sauce, and my parents add sugar to the fish sauce, which doesn't make it as sour as it should be. So that's kind of disgusting thing. So all in all, I don't like it. Like, I'm Vietnamese when it's convenient. Like, I eat a lot of rice. Must be because I'm Vietnamese. I eat pasta. Well, it must be because I'm Italian. Just my ancestors from all of the branches of my family. When I start eating something and I start, they must be rolling in their graves because I'm just ashamed for my family, at least on that kind of stuff. Well, not much more to talk about, I think. I really heard myself very well in yesterday's video vlog because of how loud I spoke, and this time around might not be the same kind of deal. So anyway, thanks for watching, see you tomorrow, maybe. Goodbye. And maybe I'll talk about Marseille then.